Hello and welcome to episode number 2. In this episode, I will think of an idea and then essentially use the journalistic approach to develop this idea. So, those of you who are wondering, what's the journalistic approach? Well, when journalists come to write a piece in, say, a newspaper or a magazine, the first bit of their writing needs to have all the important stuff in it. So it's the what, the why, the where, the when, the who, and the how of what they're writing about. So let's just say, a new restaurant's opening up and a journalist wants to write about it. So they say, what's happening? The restaurant's opening up. Why? Because it's suitable to the area. Where? It's happening in London. When? Today. Who? The chairman of McDonald's is there, let's say. And how? Well, we had to get planning permission and all of that good stuff. But obviously we're not doing it for a newspaper, we're doing it for a screenplay, which will hopefully then turn into a feature film. So let's go with an idea. So we basically, what I'm going to do is take an idea, any idea, just going to think of something at the top of my head. So let's say fire drill goes off at work. That's basically, and what we're going to do is put this, the fire drill goes off at work, through each of these. So the 5 W's and then the how. But obviously, going to dramatise it. So what happens? Well, that's very basic, obviously. Nothing changes here. Fire drill goes off at work. Well, okay, let's say it causes panic. Causing worry and panic. Why? So why did the fire drill go off? So we can start to be creative. So the fire drill going off at work may seem, an unfortunately annoying thing if there's no fire, if it's, say, a practice. But let's just say it went off because there was actually no fire. Instead, someone set off the alarm on purpose, and therefore, as a result of this, we start to say, well, why did they set the alarm off on purpose? Were they doing it in secret? What did they want to do? So we go, so why was the fire alarm set off? We can say it was set off on purpose so the building was empty. So where? Let's make it a high profile place where there's lots of important stuff, so government offices. So just recap quickly, so fire drill goes off so we've got a fire drill that's gone off at the government offices, and it was set off on purpose so the building was empty. When? And then we can also add to what and bits of this and maybe bring a conclusion to all of these put together. So government offices, so say today. Who? Let's just say a disgruntled colleague. A disgruntled colleague, or even someone wanting the Prime Minister's job. And that creates very interesting. So how they planned in weeks in advance, working out who would be in on this day and where they would be enabling him to access documents in the office whilst everyone is outside evacuating. So essentially here we have created a little story. Obviously it needs to be more developed, but essentially get a log line from all this. So the log line would read something along the lines of a disgruntled government colleague attempts to get rid of the Prime Minister to steal her job. That's not an excellent logline for what we've done, but this is what I'm thinking of at the moment, to get rid of the Prime Minister, or rather attempts to overthrow the Prime Minister, the PM, to steal their job. And that's essentially it. So simply from just taking an idea, a simple idea, we can just then throw it through the what, the why, the where, the when, the who, and the how. And obviously each of these can be developed into a creative way to give it a bit more drama, a bit more flair, a bit more conflict. You can obviously change this up. The fire doesn't have to happen at government offices. It could happen anywhere. You know, if and also when it happens, it could be the year 1000, for example. The who could change. You can change any of these. Just you can put it through this and come up with a log line. And then obviously you need to develop it further, but that'll be for another episode. I will probably do another episode in the future as to how you can develop ideas using different approaches, but this is one approach that I use and find very helpful. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening.